My name is Dime Davis. I am an executive producer, co-showrunner, and director of Boomerang Season 2. So Boomerang is obviously set in Atlanta, and while we showed some of that last season, for Season 2 we really wanted to dive in more and really embrace more of it. I think a lot of productions come here to shoot in this location because it's great, but not many of them are actually based in Atlanta, and we wanted to make sure we showed that. And for us, that wasn't just showing exterior shots. It was kind of like finding places that are actually known to be in Atlanta only and using those in our storytelling, as well as shooting them and shooting the outside of them and the inside beautifully, but also just really allowing those specific locations to be a part of our storytelling.
Hi, I'm Rishi Rajani, and I'm the executive producer of Boomerang Season 2. Well, first and foremost, I love Atlanta. It's really awesome to be back here again for Season 2. It was such a joy shooting it here. What I think is great about our production is that we actually use Atlanta as the as the setting for our show. We're not making Atlanta anything else, and I think one of the great parts about that is that we get to actually utilize all the various locations in Atlanta, the people, the diversity of the city across all of our productions.
One of the coolest things we're able to do is use Clark Atlanta for our homage to School Days. And for me personally, it was amazing because they actually used Clark Atlanta for the actual film, and we were kind of able to like embrace the newness that's come there and kind of also embrace like the historical meaning behind everything there. And it was just really cool because I think not only did we showcase it, but all the characters really felt like the importance of being in a place that has such historical value.
One of the things that I guess like in coming into Boomerang Season 1, which I didn't really realize because I hadn't spent a lot of time here, is that Atlanta is an incredibly diverse city. I mean, you go out to the various places, and what I love about it is it's not even necessarily a very segregated city. And that was one of the things that we really wanted to capture within the show for ourselves. And I think what you can really notice is in our cast, you have a lot of people from various different backgrounds that have different ideologies, different levels of wealth, different levels of income, different interests, but they're still a really close friends group. And I think Atlanta makes that possible in a way that a lot of other cities don't.
Yeah, one of the like really cool things about Atlanta specifically is this mix of like old and new, and we got to explore that in one of our storylines with David, where he kind of goes on this journey to find God. And in that journey, he explores all these different versions of church, from the small kind of traditional like Baptist church to like this newer mega church. And we were able to find all of those locations here in Atlanta. And I don't know, it really worked very well for our story. And again, going back to Atlanta having a little bit of everything and really helping our story because we were able to tailor so much of it to the city. One of the things Atlanta is very known for are the strip clubs, and I think we use them very well in our show. In the traditional sense, where we have one of our characters who is an actual stripper, so we got to explore that, and we had so much to choose from. But we also got to play with this idea of how the church is similar to the strip club, especially when you get into the mega churches and the lighting and kind of the performance of it all. And we found really cool strip clubs that matched really cool churches in a very interesting way. And it's a way I haven't seen on television. I'm glad like we not only got to do that on our show, but got to do it in this city and really kind of embrace what's already here, what's already going on.
This city and the state in all the different fashions and assets of it in a way that I think when you just think of like the South or think of Georgia, you might not know that you have this beautiful lake district, that you have kind of like all these really cool, fancy, and interesting shopping centers and restaurants and barber shops and all kinds of things. And so I think for us, it's been incredible to not just utilize Atlanta and all the filmmaking resources and all the incredible people here, but also really showcase what the city has to offer.
Georgia's really great to filmmakers, and specifically for me, what I love about it is I'm from Houston, Texas originally, and I live in Los Angeles. And to me, Atlanta, Georgia is like this hybrid of those two worlds. So while I get to kind of do my thing as a filmmaker, I feel this very like cool warmth that comes from the people that reminds me of home, and it reminds me like that I'm in a safe place. And just working with the crews, they're so great, so efficient, and it's not like going to like another state where they're not used to it. You come here and people know exactly what you need, exactly what you want, and they're ready to jump on it. And that was a great kind of comfort coming in from LA.
Well, Jonesboro completely blew my mind. I was like, this is an absolutely stunning location. We are maybe 45 minutes from the Atlanta city center, and it felt just so peaceful and so serene. And I think when the writers were coming up with the idea for the episode, they really wanted a vacation house that felt very different from the rest of the distinct sets that we have. So to be able to have that within pretty easy, distance for our crew to get to and for everyone to travel to was exceptional. And like the amount of amazing pictures that we got there, the amount of amazing shots and scenery and scenes, it really truly felt like an oasis in the state of Georgia.